Well guys, we're out in the garage again and we're cutting some more wood. Here we go today. And we're cutting some pieces 79.5 inches by 44. And that's the second baseboard. That'll go on the other side of the wall. I'll show you that when I connect it. So that's what we're up to today. We're at -10 out here, so it's a little bit cold. But you know, I don't want to make a total mess in the house, so I'll cut this wood, get it in shape, and this is the baseboard. And when I've done that, I'll bring it inside and screw it together. And then I'll come back out and I'll cut the actual baseboard material which is sitting there. And that'll be the second baseboard. And the last baseboard will be the middle piece, which will go between the other two. And that's it, ready then. Then it's a case of waiting for some more track to come. And I'll have an unboxing coming as well very soon. Or maybe I'll do the unboxing before this. I have received the parcel already, so let's see. Maybe you will have seen the unboxing, or maybe it's to come. It's a mystery. Wait and see, guys. Okay, I'll pause this and I'll continue on in a while in the house. So here we are in the room and I'm working away. So I have my second board, which is going here. And the width of this board, baseboard, the width of this frame is 40 inches. So that means I'm cutting these pieces to 3 foot. And the good thing about that is my legs are also 3 foot, okay? So, don't mind that one, I haven't, that's an example, I haven't screwed that one down. But my legs are 3 foot, because my baseboard total height is 3 foot. So it means I can cut a load of legs and cross members all at 3 foot. Okay guys? So I can, these are all the same. So I have this, I've already got it square with my 90-degree angle. And I'm just screwing these together. And then I will put the legs in here. Now, and I'm assembling it on this floor. I know this floor is completely level. And when I assemble it, I'm assembling it upside down. So I know the legs will be absolutely level. You know, so I'll just show you what I'm doing. Let's say, for example, this leg will get screwed in here. And when I flip the board around, that leg will be absolutely level with the baseboard on top. So everything should be nice and level. Now, I'll show you what I'm using, because they're better than Phillips head. They're better than cross head screws. I'm using these guys here, which are Torx. They're Torx screws, different to Phillips. And I'll show you what a Torx looks like. Okay, so that's what we're using. Don't make that mistake of, I've seen people trying to open Torx screws with a crosshead screwdriver. Doesn't work. Using this is the proper Torx bit. Okay folks, that's what I'm using to put it all together. So I'm going to continue on, put it together, get the legs on, flip it over, and let's see how this looks. So back to you presently. Now what I usually do is I put 2 Torx in on one side here. Great thing about Torx and why I recommend them is they're much better than crosshead screws. They don't slip. Crosshead screws tend to spin and the driver gets damaged and you have to buy new bits. These are fantastic. Torx, I'd highly recommend them instead of your normal wood screws with your crosshead screwdriver. And what I do is I put 2 in there. Okay, I put 2 in there. And then, I don't know if you can see here or not really. I have the camera sitting on the ground. And then, 1 more from this side. 2 on one side and 1 from this side. And that will stop anything from moving. what we have now is, let me pick you up from the floor. We have our 4 legs, and I'm going to put another 2 legs in the center. I will be doing the same with this long stretch. I will be putting center legs. And also, I forgot to say to you, this is a little bit longer than 8 foot. So my 8 foot board comes to here, you see. I have another piece here. So underneath here, I will be adding a piece going across here, just to give that something to sit on top of. So that's the plan. Super. Let's get this finished and flip it over. Just to show you this and all its gory detail. Don't worry about rough wood. That's okay. These 2 legs, I haven't got the wood to do these in the same thickness as those. That's okay. It's 3 foot long. It's fine. Those 2 center legs are not quite as thick, but they're completely strong enough. No problem. Once they're all the same length, and this is not such a long span, so you're not going to have too much bend in the center here, you know, when it's flipped around. So don't be too fussy. These legs are very strong. They're not going to break. Wood is very strong, and this is only supporting the weight of a board. You know, it's not supporting a ceiling, or, you know, it's not going to be a supporting wall. So don't be too worried. Also, I'm using rough wood. Much cheaper to buy a load of rough wood. It's all underneath the baseboard. It's all hidden. Most of it will be against the wall. If there's any edges that are a little bit out where I might be climbing underneath, I'll just give them a little sand. It takes a few minutes work. And this wood is way cheaper than planed wood. So rough wood will do the trick. Absolutely do the trick. Here we are, folks, with the final results of the frame for the baseboard. So that's the first piece that I did. Put the extra center legs in it. And then I joined on this piece across, and the same across here. They're at an angle. And of course I put the extra legs underneath, and this piece underneath up here. So that's oh yeah, and I cut my finger. So this is it. So give you an idea of how much room I have. I've done the best I can with the room I have to spare. So the track will come around here and around here, up here, or one bend. This is R3, maybe R4. I can fit an R3 in here, okay? A straight, an R1 here, then maybe an R2 or something, sort of a little bit of a bend into the center area. I don't know what I'm going to do here, maybe some S's. A track will turn around again, go here, an R1 here, because this is a smaller 3 foot section, back, and then I can have a nice sweeping bend here, and it'll come round and join up here again, as in my plan. So you can see there is my plan. And here is the door. This is the window. And there's where I have the first major from the straight. And then around and around into that corner I just showed you. So that's the plan. So if you look at it this way, there's the straight there and the first bend. So the straight will be here and the first bend will go around here. I purposely left an extra bit of room here just for putting cars or maybe a grandstand, or up here I'm going to do some sort of a mountain. The track is going to raise up slowly up to here at its highest point, then it'll come back down here to a flat area. So yeah, very happy. Left space for reaching the window, for opening and closing the window in the summer. Space for 2 people there, and space here for at least 2 or 3 people. Important stuff, make sure the door could open fully. So I'll have that door just opening up to the baseboard. And I'll go and cut the actual baseboards tomorrow. So I'm very happy with progress today. It went very well. And anyone who's doing this, I'm not a carpenter. This is just bits and pieces I picked up over the years. I'm by no means a carpenter, a qualified carpenter. Anyone can do this, just take your time. Just take your time. And I used rough wood. So some pieces of wood I had already, and then I spent another €30 on all these frame pieces. These larger sections, these 8x4 sections, they are €14 each. So three of those. So the whole track build and some screws and that, the whole track build would have cost me about €100. And then, of course, I'm waiting for some track to arrive and I can really get stuck into this process. So that's it, everybody. I'll keep you updated on any post that comes. I've enjoyed doing this. It's been interesting and everything went fairly smoothly. One or two cuts that I wasn't happy with that I redone, and that brings up the old saying of measure twice and cut once. Don't double check your measurements before you cut. It only happened to me one or two times, but no problem. Everything was fixable. So let's get them baseboards cut tomorrow and get them on, and then I can really give you a look at. I can lay some track down lightly, the track that I have at the moment, and just see how it looks. Nothing is planned on the computer program because I can't use them. Everything is done by eye. Everything is done by the old way we used to do when we had our Scalextrics tracks 25, 30 years ago. And when I was a young lad, 50 years ago, I think actually then you did have a couple of track plans on the box, I think, but we all bent our tracks and we made them fit, and maybe a little bit of flexibility sometimes. So I'm going to go and see, and if things don't work out, you can always use your half lengths, your third lengths, your quarter lengths to adjust everything. You can go from an R3 to an R2 or an R4, and each bend will adjust the final meeting point of the track by adjusting each bend angle. And let's see if I can get this. So if you remember that picture showed you on the wall, that's the plan in my head. Let's see if I can get that plan in the real world. But I've enough room here to get a nice little track anyway. And then I can have a bit of fun and slowly start doing the scenery, which will be the whole way through the winter and in the summer, and probably will never be done, as most of you guys know who do the scenic part of the modelling as well. It can go on for years. And then when you're finished, what do? You tear it all apart and start a new track. So that's one good thing about the plastic track. You can do that. With the wood tracks, with the groove slots in them, the options of changing are not the same. You might be able to have some straight sections you can always reuse, but your bends, everything to match up is a big different process, you know. So thanks for watching, folks. It's part of the build, and will I show me putting the baseboards up? Yes, stick with.